came around at the end and everything. But the finish, wasn't a big fan of the finish. But, at least Bret Hart called Larry Zbyszko the winner. So that was the important part.
Yep. So that was a big deal there with Bret Hart being involved.
Yeah.
And he gets involved in the next match. Sting.
Oh, this was awesome, man.
Sting versus Hollywood Hogan. The fast count that was not a fast count.
That was a bad botch there. Man, that was...
And that's why this is infamous, is whether or not Hogan actually pulled creative control. I'm like, no. I'm not going to lose like that, whether or not that's a true story or not. Eric swears it's not, but it's Eric Bischoff. Are we really going to believe Eric Bischoff?
Not all the time. A few things I can understand, but not all the time.
Some of them that smell right. This one doesn't smell right.
No. I ain't smelling what the Rock's cooking on this one.
No, what you're smelling is the Hogan's Fu Manchu.
Yeah, that's not a good smell on this one. Oh man, this was a pretty damn good match actually. It was obviously the story around it made it even better, and the ending was odd. For those that don't remember this, or just now new fans of this product, I just wanted to explain. For y'all, most of our listeners would understand. It was about a month ago at this time frame. Bret Hart left WWF, the Montreal Screwjob, as everybody should know. Right. They pretty much did want to do a repeat of it. And WCW on Starrcade, which is a month or so later on, wasn't the best way of bringing out botched in there. And that 3 count from Nick Patrick was supposed to be a fast count, and it was not a fast count. And he saw that even more when Bret Hart took the bell, the ring bell away, the object, and said, "So we ain't doing no fast count, whatnot," and punched Nick Patrick out, and took over as a referee. Honestly, back then I didn't understand all that stuff.
Right.
I really didn't. And I really barely understood the Screwjob so much at that time frame. But when they did, there's some things I haven't watched the pay-per-view in a long time. I watched probably once, maybe twice. I say at least once after the pay-per-view a long time ago. So I watched it again, and there's some things that I missed from back then, or didn't understand it. And I was like, I heard about it from Eric Bischoff. He's been on a different podcast. They talked about it. And, anyways, Nick Patrick was supposed to do more fast count, and that didn't really come across that way.
Mm-hmm.
But,
it was not a fast count.
One thing about it, I've heard Eric Bischoff say this, and he one time he was on Conrad Thompson's podcast. There you go, Conrad. I give your plug. They talked about Sting's appearance. They said, he wasn't tanned up, didn't look right, was not positioned to compete. Back then, I thought he was too. I thought he was good to compete. And I'm looking back at it just recently, watching it again. I'm like, I thought he looked fine to compete. I thought he did. But, he's tan enough, looked fine. What do you think about that?
I didn't understand it. Like, I was expecting to see him out of shape or something. There was none of that. I don't know. I think it's a cop-out.
I think something like I just don't understand when I hear between both of them, Conrad and Eric Bischoff. This ain't Eric Bischoff general. Keep it to him. Oh, well, he wasn't the best mentally. But, I don't know about mentally. I know he was going through some stuff where I understand his personal life, which I understand, but I didn't see nothing wrong back then or even now. I personally didn't see his appearance or anything that was going on. Which, if you can tie his personal life from that, that's fine. You got to do that anyways. The show got to go on. But anyway, going back to his appearance, I just didn't, like I said, I didn't see nothing wrong with it. So I don't know what the argument or what the disagreement is about. But anyway, so I'd ask you about that.
This is the same ending that Conrad yelled at Bischoff saying, "You fucked up the ending." Yeah.
And the only thing bad about it was the count from Nick Patrick. Other than that, I personally don't see from back in '97 watching it until now. I don't. Other than that 3 count, there wasn't anything bad in my opinion. I guess they're talking about how Sting was supposed to, his boss, he was supposed to kick you out. I'm like, if you're going to do a fast 3 count, it wouldn't make any sense to kick you out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fast 3 count. I mean, a really fast 3 count. So, anyways, that's just my viewpoint. Whoever listening, you might disagree with that. Let us know. Comment on it. We want to hear. I want to hear some more people's viewpoints on that one.
And I just realized how much Sting's paint, the design he does, ever since he's been the Crow Sting, how much he changes it. Like,
he changes it over time. Yeah,
he changes it a lot. I mean, you can look at pictures from '99; it looks completely different. You can look at AEW; it looks extremely different. You can look at WWE; it looks different. It's just like he constantly changes it up. A lot of similarities in there, but
yeah, how to evolve that face paint a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't like his new one in AEW though.
I've seen it. I guess I didn't look close enough to really recognize a lot about it.
It was just more or less when I saw him in AEW, I'm like, why does it look so weird?
Yeah, I understand that, but yeah. Other than that, like I said, y'all listen and comment on this ending of this title WCW title match. Let us know if you didn't like the ending or you thought it was messed up, other than the 3 count.
What did you rate it anyway? Because I've got it.
I got it, huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'll say I gave it a 7.
I gave it an 8, even with a botch ending. I know what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Good to see Sting take the win. Once again, I was jumping up and down as a kid, watch this match and seeing everybody come in the ring, which was interesting because he initially changed because the WCW roster turned their back, and it was interesting to see how they came and go as a family, so to speak, on that moment. So it was nice to see that. Some people I've heard from back then, even over the years, like, oh, they should have been together. Like, well, it's kind of we're WCW. This is versus NWO. We gotta be a family. So I understood it. The celebration at the end with everybody.
Yeah, it was good to see. It was supposed to be like Sting won for WCW. He was the life of WCW. It was kind of weird. It was kind of weird because basically you had a Sting match. It was Sting versus Hogan and Zbyszko versus Bischoff, which are basically just the representations of WCW against NWO, whether it be taking the title away or preventing the NWO from taking over Nitro.
Absolutely. And a lot of those people I know a lot of people know now, for the new listeners out there still came to this business as fans, Starrcade was equivalent to WrestleMania. Yeah. It came before WrestleMania. It was just as big in a different way. And obviously, as years went on, back when you had Hogan and Andre and stuff like that, it had a different tone to it, bigger in that way. But yeah, this was the WrestleMania for WCW, so Starrcade was the thing.
Yep. And Starrcade was first by what, 2 years?
I think it was 1 year.
Yeah, I couldn't remember offhand. I think we looked at.
Oh no, take that back. It was 1 year. Yeah, it was 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember offhand. I just remember they precede each other, and
Starrcade started in '83. Romania was in 84, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It just WrestleMania was more pop culture-ish.
Yeah, that's it. That's what made it even bigger, but it was their equivalents of to WrestleMania.
When it comes to April, we got to do a big WrestleMania. Probably end up being the one of Rock and Austin.
Yeah,
or Rock and Hogan. One of those.
One of those two. Yeah, we'll have to take care of that. And Hogan still got some months to go, and see if they're going to have a WrestleMania, wherever that may be. But yeah, it'd be cool to do something like that. We'll do that next year definitely will be.
Yep, absolutely. You want anything to add to Starrcade 1997?
No, I think we covered all there is to be, and we'll have something else here eventually again too.
Yep. Okay. Well, that'll do it for us. Again, you can catch us on Spreaker, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and follow us on Twitter at WrestlingSCool. Take it over for the rest.
For Instagram, it's at Wrestling's Still Cool. Facebook, Wrestling Still Cool. TikTok, Wrestling Still Cool 90, and our email is wrestlingstillcool@gmail.com. Give us an email. Let us know what you think about this podcast. Appreciate everybody joining, listen to it. Reach some new audiences internationally, and all you in America are listening to this are listening to it as well. Appreciate y'all. We're just excited to have you along, and send us an email or DM on social media. What you think about the podcast, and who can we have on? Who do you want to hear on this podcast, and what events you want us to review? So there you go.
Yep, absolutely. So that'll be it for us. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I'm still eager to bear witness to NWO Nitro.